And now, a class of 15 and 16-year-olds have a Pradeep competition in an ICT lesson. Sent in by Mr. Corbett.
Ready, and go. I think you're out, Dev.
You took a breath.
So I think we've got a winner, and the winner is Mason Parker. A round of applause, everyone.
Hello, dear listener, and welcome to episode 6 of the Pocket Radio Show. Is that what it's called? No, hang on. The Iain Lee Pocket Radio Show. Yes, that's it. Who'd have thought that me, a man with such short attention span, would have seen it through to the 6th week of this nonsense? Well, I have done, and there's going to be 12 episodes in all, so we're halfway through, kids. Action-packed episode. There's an interview with Mark from The Hotel. If you've never seen The Hotel, it's finished now. This is how my finger is on the pulse. It is an amazing show. It's on 4 on demand. I thoroughly recommend it. It is... This man is... he's in charge of a hotel. Who'd have thought it? Because he is so inept. But he was very kind and gave me the time for an interview. And he's just like he is on the TV when you speak to him on the telephone. So that's exciting. Your phone calls as well. The phone calls today are a bit like a band's third album. You know, when they run out of ideas, so all the songs are about hotel rooms and airport lounges, and they're basically commenting on their lifestyle. Well, that's kind of happened to the phone-in today. Everyone's phoning in and telling me what's right and what's wrong with the show. Some of the suggestions I've taken on board, and some of them I have completely ignored. Have a listen and let me know what you think. Thank as always to our advertisers. This week we've got some new ones, some old ones. First one, www.we7.com. We7.com is a superb site. I've built a playlist of songs that are relevant to the phone-in topic, shopping songs. So if you go to the iainlee.com, there will be a link there to the We7 playlist for this show. I'll also tweet that. Pugwashtheband.com. Thomas Walsh is a legend and just writes the sweetest pop songs, and I thoroughly recommend you go to pugwashtheband.com and check out the new album. Another band that are with us and have been with us for the last few weeks, and they've sent me a t-shirt. I'm going to get a picture of me wearing the t-shirt and I will post it on my blog and they'll post it on theirs. TheBritishIBM.com. You love retro computer games, you love retro computers, you love geeky British things? TheBritishIBM.com. Balconyshirts.co.uk, like a bad smell. I cannot shake them off. We filmed a short little film this week, which is wonderful, and I'll post that when it's ready. And also, here's an interesting one. www.audible.co.uk/Iain Lee. audible.co.uk/Iain Lee. I'll go into more details later on, but if you sign up with them, register with them, you get a free audiobook. I'll be honest, I get a few shekels as well if you do it. I think you can sign up with them and then cancel. So you get the book and then you say, up yours, do yours, if you want. I'll talk more about them a bit later on in the show. But for the moment, I'll shut up, and here is part 1 of your phone calls. Line 3, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hey, little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? Oh, raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, brown copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of me favourite things. Oh, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me.
Yes.
Oh, heads
Here we go.
and tails, heads and tails, heads and tails, heads and tails,
Okay,
heads and tails, heads and tails, eyes and ears and mouth and nose.
and tails, heads and tails, heads and tails.
Thank you very much for calling. What a great start to the show. Yeah! There we go. That's not bad, is it? A blast from the past. If you never used to listen to me on LBC, then you'll have no idea what that was about. And that's probably for the best. Let's see who's calling up now. Line 3. 3, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
It's Lindy.
Lindy! Big up yourself, Lindy.
Yeah, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop, indeed. Whoop, whoop. Can I just say, very quiet on the phones this evening. Very quiet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been running around like an idiot. Been lots of technical problems, and it's still not going brilliantly at my end. Fna. But thank you very much. But yeah, very, very quiet.
Oh. Well, I think maybe Friday nights.
Oh, you keep
partying
on about Friday nights. Yeah, you're never out on a Friday night, Lindy. Don't give me that BS. You keep posting on Facebook. Oh, don't do it on a Friday night, Ian, because I'm like out every Friday night. When have you ever been out on a Friday night in this century?
Okay.
Thank you.
Point taken. Rant
over. Yes.
Now, what is it? Is it what? I didn't understand your tweet about.
Oh, God, your tweet annoyed me because it was just really, really annoying. So I tweeted, "We're doing songs about shopping."
Yeah.
And you went, "What's that?" What's that? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Shop songs.
Okay, we're doing shop songs, right? And you went, I don't get it. Well, it's obvious it's songs about shops or shopping.
I don't know any songs about shops.
SHOPPING by the Pet Shop Boys.
No, I don't know that one.
there's a band. Well, this is the thing. This is what we're going to do on this episode, Lindy. And I'm only talking to you for so long because the phones are completely dead. How rude. We are going to... Matt Allwright from... just to mention this, I know that people don't like the audio booze, and I probably won't do one this week because it's quite a lot of work for people just to be disinterested by it. But Matt Allwright, the star of the food police and the Watchdogs, told me that he really likes the audio booze, and his favourite...
I like the audio booze.
Well, he said, I really like... There's a woman who phones up and sings in Latin. Is she for real? And I said, yes, she is very much for real. He goes, oh, I like her. She's my favourite.
But she's not been on for the last few weeks. She's not been on for a while,
and she won't be on this week either. Because I'm not doing one. Because no one likes
what? I don't think she's going to bother anymore.
I don't think I'm going to bother anymore.
No, the audio booths are great. I love them, but I don't think they should be at the end of the show. I think they should be kind of halfway through.
Well, they're not going to be anyway. They're just going to be in my head now.
Aww.
I'm not going to do them this week because it's quite a lot of effort. And then I'm going to see if there are people marching up to my my luxury Soho studios with flaming torches, kicking off and starting a Tottenham style riot. Then I might reintroduce them.
Okay.
Okay. So
I thought you said you were going to talk about sexy shops tonight.
Well, I'm going to talk about pretty much anything I want. Yes, sexy shops.
Okay, my sexy shop is Robert Dias. I just love it.
What in what way? Listen, my mum also finds the Robert Dias sexy, and I believe you're of a similar age. What way do you find it sexy?
Because I find it really difficult to walk past without going in, and then there's always something in there that I need.
They sell amazing inventions that I didn't know existed.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of, you don't know what you're going to find in there.
You never know what you're going to find in the Robert Dias. Is there actually a man called Robert Dias?
I presume there was at one time. He's probably sold it on by now.
Yeah. Well, let's listen. This is going to be the project. Let's try and get Robert Dias on the line in the next, 12, 15 years. Let's try and do that.
Okay, that sounds brilliant.
Lindy, I'm going to cut you off now.
All right.
Ta-ta. Oh, I can't do it. There we go. She's gone. Let's go to line 3. Line 3, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please? Hello? Line 3. Hello? I can hear really faint music in the background. But that's pretty much it. Line 6, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Got it. Hello? It's always a shock when you pick up because it's so sudden.
It is a shock, isn't it?
So I've just been listening in, and that Hey Little Hen song was a brilliant start to the show.
Whoa, hang on a minute. What do you mean you were listening in? Have you been spying on my private Skype line?
Well, I'm sitting outside your house with a little laptop.
Well, I'm
not your
not
house.
in my house. Luxury.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Oh, sorry.
Soho Studio, yes. Now, listen, I'm kind of hoping that this is recording tonight. I've been having terrible problems with my computer, and I've been doing test phone calls and stuff, and I've only just got it to start recording. So I don't know if this is recording. So this could just be a conversation between us, between men.
Oh my god, it sounds... Oh my god. It can't be as bad as the interview you did with the lady and the gentleman, where you weren't recording then. I mean, that must have been really embarrassing.
Which lady and the gentleman?
Oh, you know, the lady and gentleman from The Apprentice.
Oh, that was awful. Oh, that was embarrassing. And there were people there, and there was only one guy noticed that I was having trouble, and he said, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I am. What do you mean?" But I was pointing the microphone at them it's only about a minute and a half, but in a 6-minute interview, that's a long time. Pointing the microphone at them, knowing that I wasn't recording anything at all.
How on earth did he find out that it wasn't recording?
Well, because I knew that I hadn't got the thing to start. I know what it looks like when it's recording, and I had not got it to that function. It was doing nothing, and I was saying, "Oh, Christ." But I recorded a little bit on my mobile phone and a little bit on the tape recorder, the Marantz, once it started working, and it was a seamless edit, but still was not brilliant. But never mind.
Okay, I've been listening to the podcast.
Yes, thank you.
And there's a lot of people doing this Pradeep thing.
Yeah.
Now, I've come up with a far more original idea.
Oh, good, because Pradeep has been going on for it's like 7 years old, and I'm bored of it now.
It's time for a new one.
Good.
It's called the Pra-poo. Sounds good, but it gets better. Instead of saying Pradeep, you say Pra-poo.
Okay, well, you demonstrate, and I'll join in.
I'll be at a disadvantage.
Let's just see what it sounds like.
Why? Why can't we just go together?
Because I want to hear you say it first, sir.
Okay. You count me in then.
Okay. 3,
here we go.
2, 1, go.
Pra-poo.
Yeah, it sounds as bad as I thought it would. Let's go to line 6. 6, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hi, Ian. It's Rob Bidet. You all right?
Hello, Rob.
You're right.
You're right. You sound a bit down. What's wrong?
Well, I'd like to make a statement if I can.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, feel free to. Away you go, fella.
Obviously, this week, Ian, you may have noticed a video surfaced of an intimate moment between me and another listener's mum online. Now, obviously, the fans of the Pocket Radio Show are going to be a bit upset. This happened 5 years ago. I bought the lady a new mobile phone. We just tested it out for hijinks. And obviously, it's gone online, so I'm a bit devastated and a bit shocked. Obviously, you're portraying a family PG image for this, and what me and Vinny's mum, what the lady did.
I'll cut that out, don't worry.
Yeah, what we did was not good.
No.
Now, there's two things, obviously. It was poor video quality, and there's two problems. Obviously, lighting. My knob is much bigger, but the lighting makes it look smaller. So that's obviously upsetting. And at the end of the video, I just wanted to say, what I was saying was, devastate on me. I did not say...
Okay, thank you very much for calling. Let's go to line 2. Line 2, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hi, Ian, it's Mr. Fuzzy.
Hello, Mr. Fuzzy. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I'm I'm worried that none of this is recording. I had great technical problems before the show started. I'm not really hearing very much in my headphones, and I'm having great trouble with... Who knows? This may just be an intimate conversation between me and you, Mr. Fuzzy. No one else may ever hear this. But let's hope. I hope when I finish this at 9 o'clock and I hit the play button, that we can hear it back. Otherwise, there's going to be hell to pay.
Yeah, you can do it all again.
What?
You can do it all again.
No.
Bottom line.
No, it's hellish. This is already torture.
I know
Friday night to talk to muppets like you.
Yeah,
anyway, Mr. Fuzzy, what have you called in for?
I've seen your topic. Topic tonight is, what do you think of the show? What do bits you love? What do bits you don't love so much? What can we do to improve it, kind of thing? Is that's the general topic, is it?
No.
Oh.
That's not the topic. That was just a discussion on the Facebook page. That's
what we were talking about.
Well, no, let me tell you what the topics are. The topics... Okay. Tonight we're celebrating the magic of shopping, and I want to come up with the top 10 playlist of songs about shops or shopping.
Okay.
And also sexy shops. Have you seen a shop called the American Apparels?
I've not seen that.
Man
I
alive.
wouldn't know what that is at all.
It's a high street shop, right? Just go and stand outside it and look at the posters.
I'll let you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
I don't like high streets.
Sorry?
I try and avoid them.
Why would you try and avoid a high street?
What's the point in them? Too many
Shops?
people.
The Gap? Marks and
Yeah,
Spencer's?
I haven't been to the Gap in years.
W.H. Smith's?
Do they even exist? I thought they were bust.
No, Smith's do... I like Smith's, but I'm amazed that it's still going in the 21st century.
Yeah. You can get everything on the internet. I get everything off the internet.
Well, you can get what American Apparel has to offer on the internet as well, but blimey, don't stand in the street. It's incredible. No wonder... you know that young lad that directed the Coney 2012 film was arrested recently, masturbating by a car?
I'm going to say yes, but
Oh.
I didn't understand half the things you just said.
Okay, but I suspect he was stood outside an American Apparel store. Anyway, but
I'm guessing the American Apparel store is a sexy store.
well, it's a clothes store, but boy, oh boy, it's sexy.
Oh, is it?
Anyway,
I was thinking more Ann Summers.
no, it's not at all.
It's just
Anyway,
clothes.
okay, but you want to discuss the pros and indeed the cons of the Pocket
Yeah.
Radio Show. I'm always cautious about getting a little bit too referential, but let's give it a go.
Well, I love it. I pretty much phone it up every week, and anything you do, I'm going to be happy with. There's nothing else
Even if I
out
did a
there.
poo on your mum's window.
I wouldn't. Well, it'd be quite funny.
Okay.
But I'd probably be forced to clear it off, so I wouldn't make it afterwards.
Okay.
But yeah, there's nothing else like that. I listen to a few other bits and bobs, but everything's a bit homey, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever you do, I'm going to be happy with. But there's certain things I'd like different.
Go on then.
It'd be nice if it was live, and then
that's
you could
not
have a
gonna
little bit more. It's not going to happen, no.
Well, no,
but
the
it would be nice.
I'm looking at doing... There's going to be 12 shows in this series. This is number 6, I think we're doing now. And at episode 12, if I can find out how to do it, and if anybody listening to this can help me, then please get in touch. The phone-in will be live. It'll be like an hour and a half live phone-in. But the reason why I don't want to do a live phone-in is because when I'm doing this now... There is so much hanging around and waiting and so much chaff that if I do an hour's phone-in, I can cut it down to a really, really strong 40 minutes of phone-in.
Yeah.
And so all the chaff and the wheat and you do get boring callers, Mr. Fuzzy.
You do.
I mean, for example, this phone call will probably be cut out unless I'm really short
no,
material. Imagine people
Oh.
listening to this live.
I don't understand why they'd want to listen to it at all, to be fair.
No, I know.
Most normal people. You get the
Okay,
weirdos
but go on. I know what you mean about doing live, but this kind of gives me the freedom. This gives me a lot of freedom. So
It would be nice if you had somebody with you, because every time you've had somebody with you in the past, you get that back and forth, and that is nice.
It would be nice, I agree, yes.
I'd like to throw a name in that.
Oh, a name, okay, go on.
Rob Benet.
Oh, get stuffed.
No, come on, he's brilliant.
When you listen, he's not brilliant. Let's not feed the idiot's ego, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Go on, Wells.
I've listened, since you've been off the radio, I've been listening to the old stuff, so I only came in when you started doing it on Virgin Egg.
Yeah.
And I've listened back to some of the Play Radio stuff you did.
Yeah.
And some of the calls Rob did were pretty funny.
Listen, LBC, go to the LBC Drive Time show.
I know, I'm downloading them all.
That's
so
where
I've got
it's at.
for the first couple of weeks you were off, I was well gutted. And then I looked back and I was like, I've got 1,000 hours of content here.
1,000 hours of content. Mr. Fuzzy, I'm going to move on because we've got a lot of people trying to get through. Let's go to line 2. Line 2, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hello, Ian. It's Katya.
Katya, I believe you've called me once or twice in the past.
I have. I was guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged. Well, you haven't been charged, but it's interesting you saying guilty because I sentence you to 6 years of listening to the Scott Mills show.
Never listened to him. Maybe that's a benediction in disguise.
No, his name's definitely Scott Mills. Anyway, Katya, you've finally plucked up the courage to call
No.
What?
No.
Well.
No, not the courage. I'm not afraid of calling you.
Well, you sound absolutely petrified.
Do I?
Yes.
How do I sound cool?
You need to kind of be a bit more like this, man. Can you do an American accent?
All right, ma'am. Nice to speak to you, ma'am.
Now try and do an American accent.
That's what I was doing, ma'am.
Okay, man. Okay. They do say man a lot, those Americans, don't they?
They do. I believe they do. I can't do that.
Ever slept with an American?
Oh, gosh, I'm not going to answer that.
That's a yes then. Okay.
Okay.
So Katya, now we know that you get hot for American men. What can I do for you this evening?
Right. Well, I want to answer. I've just seen on your Facebook you were asking a little bit of advice about your show.
Right.
How is it going so far?
Yeah, okay, right. You're the second person to call in thinking that's the topic. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you stupid?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll tell you the answer. Yes. At no point on that Facebook page does that say it's the topic. The topics are clearly up there. It's a shopping special.
No, it's not on there, is it?
Yes.
Where?
I'm gonna.
Sure. Okay. It's all right. Let's pretend it's on there.
Okay, hang on a second.
Shopping special.
Okay, it is on there. I can see it. Hang on.
By the way, be honest. So it's not on there.
It's on there.
Right.
Have a look. Have a look.
Okay. What time? When did you post that? Tell me.
That's irrelevant. Okay.
See, you can't find it.
It's there. I can see it. It says it's Iain Lee. It's a shopping special.
Just okay.
Okay. So this is the topics. We'll come back to. I'm always worried about being a little bit talking about myself too much because that is boring for a lot of people, but not me, but for most other people. It's a shopping special. I want to know the top 10 songs about shops or shopping.
The corner shop.
There was
a thing about the corner shop, wasn't there?
There was a band called Corner Shop. But that'll do. We'll have Corner Shop.
Okay.
We'll have those. I'm going to do a playlist. There's this new website I've discovered called We7, WE7. I'm going to do playlists on there, and this is, Corner Shop are going to be on that playlist this week.
Lovely.
We'll go. Hang on. Sexy shops.
Sexy shops?
Sexy shops.
But you want the top 10 sexy shops?
Well, I just want a sexy shop. We had someone, I was kind of thinking, have you seen the American Apparel?
No.
Oh,
no.
My goodness. It's like, it's a clothes shop, but it's like a porn store. And also La Senza.
Yeah, well, that's closed down.
Have they?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
no. I'm sure about that.
I used to find they would have headless and legless dummies in the windows, right? Just wearing pants. But the pants were so sexy that even the fact they had no heads and no arms and no legs, or maybe because of that very fact, it was very erotic. Oh dear.
You don't need much, do you, Iain?
Well, I don't need arms, legs or heads, it would seem.
Right.
Lindy called up and suggested Robert Dias.
That's I like those shops.
Yeah,
you know.
I like it when I see an advert for Robert Dias because you think, how the bloody hell can Robert Dias afford to advertise on TV? There's hope for us all. Okay, but you don't want to talk about this. I can sense from your continental indifference. What you want to discuss the show?
Well, yeah, I'm sure you don't need any musical beds, and no music under words. That's really unnecessary.
No music under words. Okay, I'll get rid of it, because again, that's another job that's quite a big one, so I'll stop doing that.
Good. I'm very thankful for that.
Is that it?
Well, that's my only advice. I've only listened to the...
There we go. Let's go. I got bored. As I'm sure you did, dear listener.
Hello Ian and hello all, it's Thomas Walsh of Pugwash, here to tell you all about our new album, The Olympus Sound, out on CD and vinyl, on the wonderful Lodgings label, on the 2nd of April. Grab yourself one of each.
Line two, you're live on the internet. Oh, sakes, go away, you dirty, dirty boy. Line 3, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Yes, it's Gatford, Iain.
Gatford, is your mouth in the same room as the microphone?
Is that any better?
Well, it makes you sound a little bit gayer, which I guess has to be some kind of improvement.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It's very quiet, but go on.
Well, I'm a soft-spoken gentleman. I don't like raise my voice.
Now, have you called in to criticise the show or talk about shops?
I have a song about shops.
Yeah, we go. This is it. We're going to do a we7.com playlist, and shops is what it's going to be about. What have you got?
Well, I've got a song by Bruce Springsteen, the boss himself.
Yep.
Queen of the Supermarket.
Beautiful. I've never heard it, but if I can find it, it's going on there. Well, can you give us a little snatch?
Yeah, let's play you a little. Let's see if that. No, I've closed it.
Okay, good work. I was hoping you could sing it for us, but maybe it's best that you don't.
Not one of his
and
hits.
Sexy Shops, Gatford. So far, we've had Robert Dias. I have suggested. Have you seen the American Apparels?
No.
Oh man, am I the only person that's seen this shop? Seriously, it's a clothing shop, right? And if you the posters outside the shop or in the window.
Yeah.
When I was a lad, you would only find those pictures in bushes left behind by dirty old men. It's incredible. The Coney 2012 guy caught masturbating by a car. I think he was stood outside American Apparel.
Where can you find these shops, Ian? On the high street?
Well, just on the high street. There's one. I know there's one in Carnaby Street in London. I saw them a few years ago in America, and I thought, you can't advertise like that. It turns out you can. On my Twitterific app on my phone, at the top of it, there is often an ad for American Apparel. It's tiny, but it's enough.
So, American Apparel is basically the sort of newer equivalent of those catalogues your mum used to get.
Yes, very much so. And I'm disappointed to find out that La Senza is closing down.
Ah, that's a shame.
It is a shame.
That's a shame. I was disappointed at the loss of Freeman, Harley and Willis.
Oh, man alive.
My three favourite people who made shoes.
I think Freeman and Willis are now making socks, but Hardy fell on tough times there.
There was that piece about him in The Guardian.
There was a piece about him in The Guardian.
When did you realise, Ian, as I'm finding, that you're past it and old?
When you say you're finding, are you finding it out about yourself or about me?
No, about me.
Oh, okay.
I write for an online magazine, no plugging here, and they have
what online magazine do you write for?
Vulture Hound.
Okay, I'll give you that, yes.
No, I didn't want to plug it. And they have a music section.
Yeah.
And I met up recently with some of the people that work on the music section.
Yeah.
And they talked about bands, and they mentioned 5 new hip cool bands, and I kid you not, I thought they were making them up.
Yep. Well, to be honest, Gary, I would be surprised if you've ever... I called you by your real name there. Have you ever been hip?
Well, but I used to be. A bit.
The fact that we're using the word hip would indicate that we've never been. I tell you what's annoying me at the moment. You've heard of One Direction, haven't you?
I'm aware of their work.
They are number one. Their debut album has gone to number one in the United States of America. Right? They're British, and everyone's going. And the headline was bigger than the Beatles. Right?
Yeah.
The headline in the Metro, bigger than the Beatles, because it's the first UK band to go to number one with their debut album in the States. Right?
Didn't Duran do that?
Not with their debut, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
And the Beatles' debut flopped, and then it went to number 2. Right? But then I read the story, and it said their debut album has sold over 140,000 copies.
Yeah.
Which is nothing, because I'm sure the Beatles' debut, even though it only went to number 2, would have sold millions.
Does that include the infamous now digital downloads?
It does include the infamous now digital downloads. So that's nothing at all. So no, they're not bigger than the Beatles. They've probably sold about a 15th of the way.
Do you think now that kids, as they're growing up, they got the young people, there's just no interest? I mean, we used to go to record shops.
Gary, I've got no interest in this phone call.
Up yours.
The British IBM are a brand spanking new band from Cambridge, UK. You can pre-order their upcoming album from www.thebritishibm.com. That's thebritishibm.com.
Riviera Hotels, good afternoon.
Hello, can I speak to Mark, please?
Who's calling?
It's Iain Lee. I've got an interview booked with him.
Hold on a moment.
Thank you very much. If he remembers.
Hello.
Hello, Mark. It's Ian. How are you?
Yeah, no, good, thanks. Listen, I'm really sorry about this morning. It was all Alison's fault.
I love it. Was it really Alison's fault, Mark, or did you make a mistake? Come on.
No, I swear it was Alison's fault.
It wasn't my fault. It was your fault because you haven't got a diary.
I'm not saying nothing. I knew I was seeing you, speaking to you at 10:30 this morning. I wrote it on my calendar.
Yes.
And Alison, in the meantime, had arranged for... Who was it? Who was it? Who was it?
Maurice Boland from Spain.
Is it
Radio Marbella.
Radio Marbella or something?
Radio Marbella, Mark. Come on, for goodness sakes.
Well, so it was Alison's fault. It wasn't my fault.
Okay, listen, thank you very much for giving us your time.
No worries.
Now, I've got to say, I'm a latecomer to the hotel. I only discovered it a few weeks ago, and I watched about 8 of them back to back on...
Right. Blimey, poor you.
I love it. And I kind of thought it was an act, but having spoken to you a couple of times on the phone, it turns out you're really like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, we had 58 cameras being monitored 20 hours a day for 7 weeks.
How did they approach you? How did you get the gig?
They approached the local hotel association and said they were looking for a hotel with sort of about 40 bedrooms, functions or, sort of weddings, and ideally had just changed hands, and I'd only just bought the Grosvenor about 4 months prior to that.
Yeah.
So they came around with a little handheld camera just to sort of meet me and some of the staff and whatever. While they were here, the office door got locked and Alison and I ended up having a row, and then the next thing is they're asking me would I stay in my own hotel, and I come out with my famous Primark quote, and I think that just about sealed it.
Did you, when you said yes to this, did you have any... Because it's become a phenomenon, hasn't it? You've become a superstar.
Well, I don't know about that. We'll see.
Listen, Harry Hill has always got you on. There were like 100 of you on Harry Hill a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I loved the cloning. That was quite surreal. Walking into a TV studio and sort of being met with a whole sort of room full of people that were dressed and trying to look exactly like yourself is a bit bizarre.
Have you enjoyed the attention that it's given you?
Oh, God, yes. I mean, I never wanted to. I always wanted to be an entertainer. I mean, who in their right mind would want to run hotels? Yeah. So,
well, how did you end up running hotels then?
Oh, it's a long story. 10 years ago, I bought the first one. I thought I was going to be a single parent, and I thought, well, if I need to have a job where I can be sort of at home but at work at the same time by living in the hotel.
Yes.
So it seemed like a good idea at the time. But that was 10 years ago. But that was just one hotel, not 3.
Well, now, this is the thing. It came out on the Christmas special that was in February, for some bizarre reason, that you've got 2 other hotels. Twitter was ablaze.
Yeah. Well, I've owned the... I mean, I'd only... It was, it was all true. That the whole financial nightmare of buying the Grosvenor and having the one star, and that was all true. But no, I've actually had the hotel next door and the one across the road. As I said, the next door for 10 years, the one across the road for 8 years. So the reason I bought the third one is when I was a kid, I always used to play Monopoly, and I always thought if you had them in the same road, you had to have 3.
Oh, I love you. You're actually my favourite person on television at the moment. But did you get a bit... You must get a bit of abuse on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, and I do bits and pieces on TV, and I get loads of abuse. Do you get people saying nasty things? And if so, how do you deal with it?
I block them.
Brilliant. Do you not get into an argument with them? Because I always argue with the little so-and-sos.
No, not at all. And funny enough, unless they're saying something ridiculously nasty, personal, half the time I retweet them because I think it's funny.
Well done for you. I agree. Listen, the Christmas special, why wasn't Christian in it? What happened to Christian?
Christian had a break over Christmas, and again with things like TV, they don't always explain everything in detail. So it was just, they knew he was back at the hotel working, and was sort of well settled in, and yet, still published the fact that at the time they actually recorded the bit where it said Christian has left.
All right, okay. But so Christian is still there...
Oh, goodness, yes. He just wasn't here for the Christmas filming.
Do you know if he's still with his fella that we saw at the end of the series?
No, he's met somebody else.
Oh, has he?
No, there's a big thing going on there.
Oh, blimey, okay, say no more. Have you been to visit Harry at his flat yet? That's the question that my sister wants to know.
No.
Oh, Mark, come
on. Harry comes over here because he works a lot of weekends in the hotel. So, I see him almost every week. So
it's not... Let's go to his flat and have a look.
What it didn't show you, for his birthday, I bought him a car so he could visit me.
Well, fair play. That's very generous of you, Mark. That is,
Yeah, so we can't complain, really.
It's generous and lazy of you at the same time. You've ticked two boxes there. Again, this isn't my sister was so excited.
No, hang on. It's not lazy.
No, go on.
I hate leaving the bloody hotel.
Of course you do.
You know, that's it. That's one of the reasons I haven't gone to visit him, is because it means I'll be out the hotel for half a day.
How is Stella?
Oh, she's wonderful. She was here up until a few minutes ago.
Really?
She's, my mum's great.
Yeah, we love... first of all, mums are always fantastic, and your mum is wonderful, isn't she?
Yeah, no, we share the same sense of humour.
Did she ever phone? Did she phone you up after the show and tell you off or say well done or?
No. I mean, what's been great about the show, the number one thing for me at the moment is it's turned my mum sort of locally into like a little mini celebrity.
Brilliant.
And it's quite amazing. So, you know, people will stop her in the street and talk to her and ask for a photograph and all sorts. And,
I bet she loves that, does she?
Oh, that's been absolutely wonderful for her.
Fantastic. Do you still do... My favourite episode was the Employee of the Month.
Right, okay.
Do you still do the Employee of the Month?
No, because I haven't got anybody that would actually deserve it, so I had to stop it.
Why did what's the young lad's name? The
Ryan. Yeah, no, Ryan, the lifeguard. Well, he got it because he'd only been with me about 3.5 weeks and he hadn't actually done anything wrong.
But so he hadn't even been there for a month. How can you be Employee of a Month when you've not been there for a month?
Yeah, but he hadn't done anything wrong.
Right, okay.
Every other member of staff I thought of, when I tried to think about giving it to them, I could think of something negative that they had done that stopped me awarding it to them.
Yes. Why don't you just sack them all and start again?
Because ACAS won't let me.
Oh, damn those industrial laws.
You know, I'll be in so much trouble, it'll be unbelievable.
Now, listen. That wacky, I can't remember his name, the wacky Scouse coach driver who brought coach parties along and wore cowboy hats.
Alan Myring, Dave Allen Coaches.
How irritating is he in real life?
Even more so than he was portrayed on the television. but he's great. I mean, I love Dave. I mean, he's absolutely... Alan he's called. I always get confused.
That would drive you mad, wouldn't it?
As I said in the programme, it's unbelievable, but he's actually louder than his waistcoat.
Oh, man, it was quite incredible. And have you changed... are there going to be any omnisexual club nights happening?
Oh... Are there going to be?
Yeah.
This weekend,
go on.
I've given the whole hotel over to Christian. There is a whole weekend of omnis, God knows what it is, and instantly full. Sold every room.
Wow,
Can't believe
fantastic.
it.
There you go. Mark, you know, I hope we can speak freely here. You know Alison has a crush on you, don't you?
No, she definitely doesn't.
Are you sure? Because it's kind of that thing that you do at school when if there's someone you really fancy, you kind of bully them a little bit and give them dead arms. And she's doing the same to you, Mark.
No, she just does that because she's a bully towards me. It's only because I get on her nerves so much.
How could you get on anyone's nerves?
Sorry, I didn't catch what you said.
I was just saying. How could you get on anyone's nerves, Mark?
Well, apparently I do sometimes. If you work with me enough.
How's the business going? Has the business has it become like a tourist attraction now to come and see the guy from the hotel and stay at the Grosvenor?
Yes, which when you look at some aspects of how the actual hotel is portrayed on the series, is amazing to me. It reminds me there was a sitcom with Leonard Roster in years ago called The Rise and Fall of Reginald Perrin.
Oh yes, of course.
And in one part he created what was called a grot shop, where he sold everything in the shop that was absolutely useless, and it became very successful. Then he decided to destroy the business, so everything he did to destroy the business actually made it much busier.
Yep.
And when I watch the way the program was edited, some aspects of the TV program, it feels that that's happened because we're about 3,000 brochure inquiries sort of behind because we've run out of brochures. We've had nearly 200,000 people visit our hotel website.
Fantastic.
And it's like Mother's Day Sunday lunch. Our 47-seater in restaurant is probably going to. We've already got 280 people booked already for Sunday lunch. Only because the staff keep taking the bookings with complete disregard for how many seats we've got.
Oh, I love it. I'm glad that you're doing it. In all honesty, the show is brilliant because it's got the mix of you
interacting around with the staff, and there's a lot of humour and a lot of comedy. There's a lot of sad stories as well, though, of the people that come and say. There was the old fella that went with his son, and his wife had died recently. Very moving.
I think that's what makes it such a great programme, is most of the episodes take you on a full sort of emotional roller coaster journey. So 1 minute you're cringing and you don't even want to look at the screen. The next minute you're hearing a story about one of the guests and you've got a tear in your eye.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then the next minute you're laughing at the whole madness of it. And I think it's that roller coaster journey. There aren't many TV programmes that can have you cringing, crying and laughing all at the same time.
Yeah. There's another series coming up. You're not in it, though, are you?
No. They were sort of toying with us and sort of tempting us that they were probably going to come back this summer. And then yesterday on Twitter, I learned that they're advertising looking for a different hotel.
Oh man, that's the.
But there were a few other things, what I would say is that people who really sort of suddenly got to the stage that felt that the only reason they had their TV sets was sort of 8 o'clock on a Sunday night, don't throw your TV set away just yet.
Oh, hello.
Because there might be something else coming up.
Well, can you give us any clues?
No.
Ooh, this is exciting.
It might not be the same, not necessarily the hotel programme, but there might be something, you know. Alison and I might be appearing somewhere.
Are you doing Big Brother or something?
No, but we might be appearing somewhere.
Oh, I love you, but I hate you at the same time. Mark, listen, I really hope the hotel goes from strength to strength, because you come across as an absolutely genuine, lovely bloke with a real passion for what you're doing, and I think that's kind of refreshing to see at the moment. So I wish you the best luck. You're on Twitter. What's your Twitter name? Do you know?
I'm The Hotel, and then there's like a capital underline, and then there's a capital M, and then ARK, The Hotel, and that line. I've got no idea what these things are called on a computer.
I think that's an underscore.
Is it? Okay, so it's The Hotel _ capital M for Mark.
Okay, listen, I will make sure that everybody comes and follows you. Thank you so much for your time, and when you're allowed to tell us what this new project's going to be, let us know.
Yeah, okay. I'll keep you informed.
Best of luck with the business. Hope it goes well, Mark. Thanks very much for your time.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay, cheers.
Thanks a lot, Mark.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
We're balconyshirts.co.uk. Put a little spunk in your wardrobe today. T-shirts, hoodies, wallets, watches and more. We're your ironic retro online superstore.
balconyshirts.co.uk. For 20% off everything, use promo code POCKETRADIO.
Let's go to line 9. 9, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hello?
Hello?
Is that Mr. Lee?
Who are you?
No, I am Paul from Malaysia, and I have woken up specially to speak to you, which sounds ridiculous at this point in my life.
Paul from Malaysia. It's nice to see ya. Paul from Malaysia. Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm quite tired. But
you sound. Hey, listen. You sound really pissed off. Don't be pissed off that you've called me.
I'm not pissed off.
It's not my fault that you've called me. What can I do for you, Paul, from Malaysia?
Well, I just wanted to say, really, that on your advice, I've listened to other people who do radio shows, and you are by far the best person out there.
Wow.
By far.
Wow. If only I could get a job. That would be nice. So who have you listened to?
Well, I was reading your blog and you mentioned Ian Collins and what's his name, Baker person.
Oh yeah, Danny. Do you know? Because I've nicked a lot of it from Danny Baker.
And you do it so much better than him.
Wow. Many people are disagreeing with you, but I take that as one of the greatest compliments you could bestow upon me, Paul. Thank you.
Well, I speak from my blood pump, so to speak.
Oh, Jesus. You know, there are lots of women listening to this now, just rewinding your voice to hear you, because you're sounding, I've got to say it, Paul, you're sounding pretty sexy.
Well, this is 4:30 a.m. huskiness.
Oh, I do feel honoured that you've... Right, I tell you what we're going to do, Paul. We're going to... What UK time would be good for me to do the phone-in for you?
Early... Oh, God, blimey.
Come on, do the math.
You're 8 hours behind at the moment. You're about to be 7 hours come next week, so...
Yep.
I don't know. the middle of the afternoon, really, which is not choice for you.
I'm doing it.
So,
listen, I'm going to do a phone-in just for you, Paul.
Oh, dear.
So you better be good. Better be better than you've been now. If that's possible. We're talking I want sexy shops and songs about shopping or shops. Can you think of any?
Sexy shops or songs about sex and shops?
No, I don't want songs about sex. I want songs about shops or shopping.
Oh, blimey.
There must be loads. I can only think of a couple, but there must be loads, surely. We all do shopping. So I'm surprised there haven't been more songs about it.
Somewhat mundane subject matter, though, isn't it?
But not if you do it in a sexy shop like La Senza or American Apparel.
Yeah, I guess.
Or Robert Dias.
Oh.
We've had two people say Robert Dias as a sexy shop.
Well, yes.
That's my audience. That's what I'm having to deal with, Paul. That's why I don't want to go back on the radio.
Ah, yes. Robert Dias. Yeah, I'm coming up with nothing.
Paul, I'll say good evening. Thank you so much for calling. Or good morning. Unless you've... No, hang on. Line 9, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Ian, can you guess the voice? Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt.
Oh. Could I hear it one more time, please?
Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt.
Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt.
Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt.
Everything was beautiful, beautiful. Alan Titchmarsh.
You are wrong.
Oh, balls. Who was it?
Nick Evans.
Thank you very much. That was a fun call. I enjoyed that. Two, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Ian, how you doing? It's Sean.
Sean.
How's it been? You good?
Yeah, you know. I'm getting by, fella. It's been a tough week, but I'm getting by.
Has it? Oh, good. How come it's been tough?
It'd be nice to have a job, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true. But you're doing all right. The podcast is getting a lot of followers now.
The podcast, listen, the figures...
It's getting better each week.
I totally agree with you. I think it is getting better each week. I think it really kicks off in episode 3, and it is getting better. And the downloads have been amazing. The last week is really, really shot up. It would be nice to be earning some money. Listen, I don't want to sound like a spoiled kid, but I really want to go to New York on April the 2nd, because on April the 3rd, there's a special concert for Davy Jones in New York at BB King's. A couple of the other monkeys are probably going to be there. Yeah. And I just looked at my bank account, and I can't afford it. And that's no.
I thought maybe I'd fly you over there since you do so much promotional work for them.
Well, this is what I would have thought, but this is why I've been tweeting about it. And I know that people are really struggling out there. And boo hoo hoo, I can't afford to go to New York. You know what I mean? It's not the greatest scandal in the world, but it's kind of indicative of the fact that I'm running out of money.
No, it'd be good if everyone put a pound in, say.
Well, listen, some people have been very, very generous in throwing...
What's the most you've had?
Someone,
Can you divulge?
I can divulge. Someone gave me 50 quid.
That's great.
That is great. A lot of people are giving me a quid. That's great.
Right.
If people want to put money in the metaphorical electronical hat, you can via PayPal, Ian at ianlee.com. It's not expected.
I will bung it.
No, listen, I'm just saying, I'm not in any way expecting it, and every time I get an email saying such and such is paid, it genuinely warms my heart, and it's very generous, and
Yeah, fair enough, because I suppose you do put a lot of work into it, so you've got to reap the reward.
But listen, no, I'm not. All I'm saying is, it is not expected. Everything is gratefully received. It's not expected at all, and I don't think less of anyone who doesn't put any money in at all.
Yeah,
let's move on, because I'm getting embarrassed. Go on, what have you got?
Yeah, I just want to talk about a topic, and I've got a topic for the next caller.
Okay, well, hang on, that was last week, the topic for the next caller.
Yeah, should we start again, because it never really got off?
It didn't really take off, and I think that was gold. It's one of the best things I've ever come up with.
Got quite a good one as well.
Okay, go on. So what? Now, what do you think the topic is tonight?
It's sexy shops, isn't it?
At last, someone who's been paying flipping attention, and everybody else has called in before you. Sexy shops and or songs about shops and shopping.
Right, okay. Well, I hope nobody said Mothercare yet. The sexy shops. I'm not going to say that. But it's a story, really.
Yeah,
I walked past one. I went into one.
Yeah.
And it was full of men and full of DVDs with men on. So the guy behind the counter said to me...
What, Mothercare?
No.
What?
No. I walked past the sexy shop in
Okay.
Camden once
Yes.
on my way to the pub, and I
Yeah.
thought, I'll have a quick look in here.
Pop
So I
in
went
here.
in,
Yeah.
and it wasn't what I was looking for.
Okay, so you were looking for heterosexual pornography, and it was in fact homosexual pornography.
Yeah, there was a lot of large instruments around.
Did you buy one just because I've done that where I've walked into a shop before, and obviously the guy says, "Are you in the right shop?" Yeah, of course. I'll buy this pipe, please. Did you buy any of the homosexual pornography?
Oh, no, I didn't actually. I looked at the guy, he said, "You're not in the right place, are you?" And I looked flustered, but the worst thing was, not going in, but it was coming out.
Well, this is the problem that they enjoy. Oh, you mean coming out of the shop?
Out of the shop, now out of the closet.
Yeah, right, okay.
Because people on the street would assume that I was gay, so I just had to just mingle in with the crowd.
I once...
I didn't want anybody to see me that I knew. That, oh, look, there's Sean. He's in a gay shop.
I once, years and years ago, when I was a student, I came out of a sex shop, as you do, we've all been there, and I bumped into the actress, literally bumped into the actress Zoe Wanamaker.
Oh, dear.
And she didn't know me from Adam, I was a student, but I just remember thinking, oh my God, Zoe Wanamaker's seen me come out of a sex shop, she's going to think I'm a pervert. And she would have been right.
How did you get away with it?
Well, she walked on and got on with her life and went and did my family, and I went home and... Anyway, let's leave that. Sean, thank you very much for that. Let's go to line... I've cut them off. Line 3, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Oh, yeah, Ian?
Yes.
Oh, it's Duncan here, right?
Oh, hello, mate.
I've been listening to your podcast for quite a while now. Well, how long has it been going? Since February, isn't it? Early February?
Something like that, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I've been loving it, man. It's really good. I remember you on LBC a long time ago, right?
Thank you. Hey, the LBC, I just checked out the changes in the LBC schedule. LBC's got good again.
Yeah, well, I see, I couldn't get that today, but the thing is, well, you said it's been, like, getting exciting, I don't know.
Clive Bull's coming back.
What?
Clive Bull is coming back Sunday nights.
Oh, Clive Bull's coming back, yeah.
Ian Collins
is that during the evening?
Sunday evenings.
You reckon?
Well, I know, that's what it says.
And what about Nick Abbott?
I'm not sure where Nick Abbott's going, but he's still going to be there. Ian Collins is joining.
Okay.
Duncan Barkus is joining.
Okay, yeah, he's all right. Yeah, not too bad.
Right. I mean, let's be honest, he's not great, but he's all right. He does the job. So it's like, basically, their evening and through the night shows are looking pretty tasty at the moment.
Okay, yeah, I mean, Nick Abbott is not going to move around, though, is he?
I don't know what Nick Abbott is doing. I hope not, because I think he's wonderful.
Yeah, well, I've always been a fan of Nick Abbott, and you, of course.
Well, may God bless you. Thank you, sir.
But, you know, just, I can't believe I got through to you as it goes.
Well, that's how it works. You phone up and you get through.
I know, yeah. I kept going through, like, and blah, 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 yeah, as it goes.
Well.
But anyway, yeah, it's nice to speak to you, sir, and, I just want to say one thing to you before I go, yeah?
Go on, then.
It's about the monkeys.
Yes.
I know you're a big fan of them.
Yes.
But it was really strange, because my little boy went to it was like a kids school, yeah?
Yeah. Wait, he went to a kid's school, did he? Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is he actually went to this kind of thing, the O2 Arena, and they had this big thing, and they was rehearsing his monkey songs. But this was about 2 months before David Jones died.
Right.
And it was very strange that happened just before they had to actually go to the O2. And I know you ain't going to put it on the show because it's not very funny. But
okay. What on earth was that? Line 9, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hello, Ian, it's Ricardo.
Oh, Ricardo. You always sound so full of joy when you phone me up.
No, I'm always happy to speak to you, Ian. Do you feel the same?
I feel indifferent.
Indifferent as in?
Well, as in indifferent, as in the definition of that word.
So that basically means not a positive or a negative?
It's not positive.
Or a negative?
Or a negative. It's indifference.
So, I mean, you know, I can chalk that up to...
indifference?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Is there a point to this call, Ricardo, or are we just going to discuss this call?
There's two things.
Yeah.
The first thing...
Yes?
There's some theme music I'd like to play for when you answer my calls.
You're not getting your own theme, Ricardo. You're not worthy of that.
Come on,
You're not worthy of that.
The boundaries, I know.
What theme music? What theme music is it?
Do you want to hear it quickly?
I'll hear it, because this will be the only time I'm ever going to hear it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. After this, I won't do it anymore.
Okay. It's funny, because we were just talking about gay pornography a minute ago.
What do you think?
What is it?
It's good, isn't it?
Well, what is it? I really can't be bothered. Let's go to line 6. 6, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hello, it's Ivan.
Ah, Ivan, we've spoken in episode 1. We've not spoken since, I don't think. How you doing, fella?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm not sure if this show is recording this evening. I'm having great technical problems, but fingers crossed.
Yeah.
What can I do for you, fella?
I don't know, what's the topic?
We're talking about... What I want to get is I want to get a playlist that I can put on we7.com of the best songs about shopping or shops.
Oh.
I know it's a tough one. It's a tough one, because I thought there would be loads of shopping songs, and it turns out there's not.
I can't think of one.
Oh, balls. Well, have a think and come back if you can. Let's go to line 9. 9, you're live on the internet.
Hello?
Hello, you at a dinner party or something?
Oh, yeah, I'm having a curry in.
Oh, man, alive, I could murder a curry right now.
No, I'm saying with my girlfriend. She doesn't actually believe I'm talking to you right now.
What?
Would you have a kind word?
What's her name?
Gemma.
Okay.
She's saying no. Oh, this is poor.
She doesn't. Hang on, so she doesn't want to talk to me.
She won't talk to you. No.
Well, then I won't talk to you. Line 3. 3, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
It's more pre-recorded on my podcast, isn't it, Ian?
Sorry?
It's more pre-recorded on my podcast than live on the internet.
Well, but you're live on the internet now. When people are hearing this, you will be pre-recorded on the podcast, correct?
True. I'll let you off. It's Callum from Oxford. You might remember me. Used to call you on the radio with Charlie and the two Claires.
Oh, yes, I do remember, yes.
Yeah, so I was the one who used to get all the abuse.
Yep. But, well, you were one of the many that used to get all the abuse. I've kind of mellowed in, now because I think it's partly because I'm doing it from home. Cut that out. I think it's partly because I'm doing it from a luxury recording studio in Soho, but I've mellowed a bit, haven't I?
Not really.
Oh.
No?
Let me try
Not
something.
really.
Hang on, let me try something. Up yours.
Up yours.
Yeah, that works. 5, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
It's back. It's Ricardo that's back here.
How marvellous.
Oh, I had a second point earlier.
Okay, let's get to it. Chop, chop. Turn that bloody music off.
You didn't like it, did you? All right, the second point. I was on BT earlier on their website.
Oh, yeah, the British Telecom website.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
British Telecommunications, if you write out a check.
Busby. But was Busby there?
Yeah. But,
Busby? Do you know who Busby is? Busby was Bernard Cribbins.
Yeah.
He was Bernard Cribbins.
He was a big canary, wasn't
he? He was something.
Well, he's a big bird.
Mm.
He wasn't a big bird.
No.
But, yeah, basically, I was on their website, so I wanted to ask them, I was trying to find out a good bundle, and then this thing came up. Oh, we can help you virtual chat online.
Oh, the virtual chat online. Those things terrify me. But go on, so you did it, did you?
I went on there. I was just said, "Oh, hi, can you help me? I'm moving. I need this.
Yeah.
Can you sort me out the best deal?"
Yeah.
And she's very friendly.
Was it a real person or a computer?
You see, that's what I'm wondering about.
Oh, yeah.
Because after a couple of minutes,
yeah,
she, for one of my questions, she puts bracket smiles.
Oh,
maybe I can help you there. I didn't know if it was patronising or a little bit of a come on.
Okay, so what did you do? Did you send her a photo of your penis?
I waited for at least two... Listen, I waited for at least 2 more chats, and then I put brackets winks.
Okay, oh yeah, winks, yeah. Winks, yeah.
Winks,
yeah.
And she smiled back at me.
Hello.
Exactly.
And then what happened?
Then I asked her out for a drink, and then the whole thing crashes, and it's like, oh, what's going on?
Okay. Line 2, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hi, it's Callum from Oxford again.
Ah,
you got cut off.
That was purely accidental on my part.
I know. Slip of the finger.
Yeah. Line 1, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hello?
Hello?
I got a song for my father told me.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Okay, it sounds a bit weird, but I think it's a real song.
Yeah.
Bloke who works down the chip shop swears he's
Oh,
Kirsty MacColl.
Kirsty MacColl, that fantastic. Oh, that is a fantastic... It's a real song, yeah. There's a guy who works down the chip shop, swears he's Elvis. Brilliant, that's going on the playlist. Oh, well done, Dad. Top marks. Thank you for calling back with that. That is an excellent one. There must be more songs about shops and shopping, surely. I'll put a playlist on we7.com. Go and have a look, we7.com. Three, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hi, it's Callum from Oxford. Sorry, I must have bad signal.
You must have, yes. Let's go to line 9. 9, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hi, Ian. This is Chris from Newport.
Now, Chris, because we're using Skype, okay, I can see your picture. And you look like, from your picture, and please don't take this the wrong way,
okay,
you look like the kind of person who'd murder someone on a motorway. But you sound like you sound like a poet. Which one is closest to the real Chris?
I would say the poet.
Okay, good lad. Well done. Isn't that funny? You cannot judge a book by its cover. You cannot judge a potential M1 murderer by his photograph.
Although, if needed, I will use that look of hardness.
Yes.
Just for my own protection.
You could totally intimidate people if muggers came up to you, just do the face, put the hat on, and do the face you're doing there. They would scarper back to their mummies.
Oh well, that hat's I haven't brushed my hair hat.
I love having listen, I had to go to the hospital today just for a little checkup, and I had a thing called an EEG, right, which is where they wire your brain up to a computer. And they measure, like, your brain powers and stuff.
Yeah.
The problem was I had a really bad headache, so I took quite a lot of Nurofen before. So I think it's like when they go on the Jeremy Kyle show for a lie detector and they get stoned or drunk before because it messes up the test a bit. I think I did the same thing. But basically, I had about 30 electrodes stuck to my head, and now I've got all this glue in my hair and I can't get rid of it. So basically, what I'm saying is, can I borrow your hat?
If you want to, yeah.
God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Have you actually been to... Because that one's my Chicago hat from the Shed Aquarium.
No, I've not been to Chicago, so I probably shouldn't wear it.
Well, you'll have to come up with some fish facts.
I went fishing once. I used to go fishing when I was a kid. And when I was about 8 years old, I was allowed, when we were finishing, you got the tub full of maggots, and I was allowed to chuck them all into the river, to be, we're going to take maggots home with us. And I was, I was a very clumsy child. Okay. And I went to toss the maggots into the river in their little tub. But instead of kind of pushing it forward, my arm went right round in an arc and went over my head. And they all fell on my head. And there were some hard 15-year-olds on the other side of the riverbank, and they wet themselves laughing. I have one of the most humiliating and disgusting experiences of my life.
Yeah, you don't want that at 15.
You don't want that.
You don't want that at all, right?
You don't want it at any point in your life at all. No, Jesus, it was horrible.
No.
Horrible.
What are the topics?
Well, it's a shopping special this evening, Chris. We are looking for sexy shops, and so far we've had Robert Dias, American Apparel, and La Senza, and we're also trying to find songs about shops or shopping. And so far we've got the band Corner Shop, we've got Bruce Springsteen song called Queen of the Supermarket, and we've got Kirsty MacColl, a guy works down the chip shop, swears he's Elvis.
Oh, blimey, now I've got to think of a...
Well, it's a tough one. I thought that there would be loads, but actually, because we all go shopping, everyone goes shopping, so you'd think there'd be more... Oh, there's SHOPPING by the Pet Shop Boys, and there's a Bare Naked Ladies song about shopping. And that's all we've got so far.
How about How Much Is That Doggy in the Window?
Oh, man, you'll see... No, it's in. How much is that... I'm jotting it down. I'm going to make a little playlist, and we'll put it up on the website after the show. How much is that doggy? Beautiful. See? Straight in there, Chris. Well done.
WE7.
It's going to be a WE7 little playlist, so we're going to do there, and I think that they're going to make it so you can access it for free, which would be great. Also, sexy shops. Any shops, Chris, that kind of get you a little bit...
Oh, at the moment, anything with a bargain.
Oh, yeah, but I do like a bargain. I tell you a shop that got me... I tell you the shops that get me very sexy. I like those cash converters. I do like a cash converters because they've got...
I'm very familiar.
They're brilliant, and they've got a load of old rubbish in there, but it's cheap rubbish.
Oh, yeah, you can get... Especially you want to get films, DVDs.
Get DVDs. You can get VHS recorders for like 15 quid in there.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd want one of those.
Well, I don't want one, but I see one for 15 quid and I think, ooh, actually, Could be quite useful. I've got one right in front of me now, a VHS, under my table, because I'm going to be converting some videos to computer format. I was in Hammersmith the other day for some unknown reason, and I saw, it wasn't a cash converters, but it was a shop that just sold electronic equipment. And I thought, well, I'm going to go in there. There's got to be a bargain. And I looked in the window. They had an N64.
Ooh.
Right. But have a guess how much it was.
15 quid?
Exactly what I thought. It was 40 quid.
Blimey.
I thought, you know, I'm not going to go in there, so this is a rip-off. 40 quid for an N64? You've got to be joking.
It isn't classed as an antique yet, is it?
No, rub it. You're right. You can get that. I bet if I went on eBay now, I could get one with games for 15, 20 quid. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, Chris, was there anything else?
Oh, it was sort of calling on the cuff, really.
No, there's no problem with that at all. It was. I was very worried because it was very quiet at the start, and then it's been very, very busy. But I'm having great problems with my recording equipment, so this may sound.
Oh dear.
The levels aren't really
happened
matching
with The
up.
Apprentice, didn't it?
It did. Oh, that was so embarrassing. I knew that it wasn't recording, but I held that microphone and pointed at their faces as I didn't want to look like an idiot.
Well, if you can't make it, fake it.
Excuse me. Oh. I had a little bit of a choke there, Chris. I think on that bombshell, I'll say good night.
Good night.
Ta-ta, there we go. Line 2, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
It's Mark.
Hello, Mark. What can I do for you?
What, you got a shopping special today, I see.
It's a shopping special, Mark, yes.
What kind of things are you asking about shopping?
Sexy shops, songs about shopping or shops, or I've just decided any stories about shopping.
Sexy shops. I don't think I've been to a sexy shop.
I don't mean like porn shops.
No, not like that.
But we had. Have you ever seen the American Apparel shops?
What are they like?
Well, they're just clothes shops, right? No one's heard of it. Maybe it's just me. They're just clothes shops, but the pictures in the window they're pornographic.
Ah,
like young ladies in thongs.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I live in near Southampton.
Okay, they probably don't have the American Apparel there.
Oh no, I don't really know anything about American Apparel.
Okay, that's a shame. La Senza, the pant shop.
Sorry,
La Senza.
La Senza, they've gone bankrupt, haven't they?
This is what I'm hearing, which is terrible news because I used to love the La Senza shop displays.
Isn't Theopus Thesis? Isn't he the owner of La Senza?
Theopus Thesis owns La Senza, does he? I did not know that. I did not know that. Okay. Well, Mark, can you contribute anything to those topics?
Well, we got a shop, a clothes shop in our main shopping mall.
Yeah.
And it's actually dark inside.
What?
The lights are really low. You've got really low lights. You can barely see the clothes.
Why would you do that?
I think it's like to be trendy kind of thing.
Oh, God. They do that in Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah.
Finch, they do this all dark. Have the lights on, turn the music down and stop being stupid.
Yeah. I suppose you could get sexy though if you wanted to, couldn't you?
I wouldn't want to get sexy actually in a shop.
No.
I bet someone, and I'm not a fan of having sexual intercourse outside of the bedroom, but I bet someone's had it off, so to speak, in a changing room in a shop.
Yeah, I bet they have.
They don't really allow partners to. You have to, if you want to show the clothes, you have to come out into that little hallway and say to your wife, "Do these jeans fit me? Do I like these jeans?" And she goes, "No, you don't like those." But they don't really encourage partners to go in because I bet everyone will be at it, wouldn't they?
It'd be like a knocking shop.
Oy. Well, on Mark, with that fantastic image, I'll say good evening because we're winding up. Let's take a couple more calls. Line 3, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Hi, can I say I love the podcast, and you're free to cut me off again because it's Callum in Oxford.
Okay. Line 9, you're live on the internet. Who's calling, please?
Oh, Ian, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Who is this?
It's Keith.
Oh, Keith, my sometimes vocalist.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you to say so. I've been waiting for your call, Ian. Hasn't arrived.
Yeah, no. For those who don't know, Keith got up on stage and sang with my band at the now defunct Set the Agenda. And maybe that's why we had to stop doing Set the Agendas, Keith.
Well, it's funny you should mention it, Ian. That is one of the reasons why I phoned up.
Go on.
Because I've got something that I think is good and should continue.
Yeah.
And something that I think is bad and should stop.
Okay.
Which one do you want first?
Let's start on the positive. What's good and should continue?
Well, I think Set the Agenda was good.
Yeah.
And I think it should continue.
I agree. I think Set the Agenda was awesome. I have no idea why on the last one we sold no tickets.
It is very strange.
That's the problem. We sold on the one, but the Christmas one was the first one not to sell out. Then the one in February, we kind of sold maybe 2/3 of the tickets. And then the last one I cancelled, the week before, we'd sold, I think, 11 tickets or 20 tickets, something like that, which was just ridiculous.
There's no reason for it. I mean, I can understand.
iTunes needs your attention.
Sorry?
I can understand.
Who's that? There
that was my laptop.
Oh, God.
Telling me that iTunes needs my attention.
Oh, iTunes can get stuffed.
I hate iTunes.
No, hang on. iTunes support me and promote the podcast. Attend to iTunes. They're a wonderful organisation.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's stick with Set the Agenda.
Yes.
Because, I think what we need to do is make a plea.
Okay.
To people.
Yes.
And we started by making a plea to you.
Yeah.
To start Set the Agenda again.
Do you know what, Keith? I might well do, and I'm going to. If I do, it'll be on a Wednesday or a Thursday night. I'm just kind of at the moment. I'm just struggling to be asked to do anything. I'm a little bit down, and the effort that goes into it is kind of like, oh, really? But I will do some at some point. I promise.
Well, do you know what, Ian? I'm semi-retired at the moment, so if you need some help, give me a shout.
We're not friends.
I know we're not friends.
We are not friends.
I would work for you.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank you, brother. It's appreciated. And go on, something that should stop.
The Apprentice.
Whoa, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I thought that would get your goat. It's awful, man.
What? Were you ever a fan of it?
Pardon, say again?
Were you ever a fan of The Apprentice, or is it? Do you think?
Yeah, about sort of 10 years ago when it first started, when it was sort of a novel idea, and Alan Sugar was sort of an interesting character. Now come on, it's pantomime.
Well, it is pantomime, and they kind of the argument they use now is, it's reflecting that in these troubled times anyone can take £100 and turn it into £250. No, it's not. It is now a game show and it's a freak show. But I kind of like that about it.
But I don't know. Personally, I find it really frustrating. The people on there, and I don't know if it's just television exaggerating things, but the stupidity.
Oh, they're all plums. They are all plums on there, completely, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, but in life, you go around, you see plums all the time. I don't want to have to sit and tolerate it on the television as well.
Keith, I'm going to move on because we're getting near the end. Thank you very much, but I'll be honest, I love plums.
Jackie Shroff is a bad man.